Here's just a great update of kind of what the different gardens are looking like right now. Keep in mind this is Arizona. Today we are on, I believe it's going to be 114, 115. So it gets extremely hot. I'm doing extra watering about 1 to 2 times a day. These are the driveway pots that I recently did. Look at how amazing. These are all Proven Winners plants, and then I fertilize with Proven Winners fertilizer every Friday. Excuse the mess. My gosh, I just had the palm trees trimmed back up here, and they just kind of really made a mess. So, but it's so hot, I have not come out here to try to clean it up too much other than just picking some up with watering. This is that beautiful pot that it'll get moved up probably more to like right around here in the fall, that I got on the OfferUp, Facebook OfferUp, and I'm just so excited. And these I don't know if you can see them, but these little window boxes, let me get up closer. Okay, these, I've got 2 on each of my of the window sills, so they're just really beautifully ornate. So those will be on each of our window sills. Yeah, we lost all those, so those are going to get pulled out tomorrow. The roses, you know, you do your best in the summer, but they always look, you know, really sad and hard right now because it's so crazy hot. But they'll rebound, they always do. The purple grass is just like growing like a crazy, so that's exciting. And this is that fun little, just whimsical little just mixed garden, but it's growing so much. So I'll take you in the back for just a couple little updates. These are stuff that what I'm going to do is, after things are doing so well in pots, I am moving them out to the landscape. So this right here is just a bunch of like a fern type that's going to go right out there under that the new tree out there. And I'm going to start a similar garden just like this white and green one right there. So just transplanting, you know, some of this stuff that is done so great in pots, and then get ready for the fall to plant new pots. But all this stuff will go. So it's a nice way that it did so well and it was enjoyable in a pot, but then you can move it to your landscape. The same thing, let me just focus over here in those hibiscus pots. All that salvia and all the different things that are in there, we're going to go ahead and pull those, and I'll show you in just a sec where we're going to put those. So all of this stuff here in the pots is the same over here, is the same that is in all of this garden over here. And so what we're going to do is mimic the same thing, make a walkway right here, but mimic the same thing right over here. So it'll be just the same. And look at this precious bird bath my daughter got for me for my birthday just 2 days ago. So it'll all have plantings around, all the greenery, so it'll be real pretty. You can kind of see here, this is what I've done. I've taken coleus and that overgrew in the pots and brought it over here. This is all of my honeysuckle. So, you know, it's hot. They're having trouble. I'm watering. I'm giving them, you know, extra fertilizer and all that. So hopefully they make them. But this is the area we're going to start. We've kind of done it right here. So this is where we'll start with the other stuff from the pots and just work my way down this way. This is just a quick little update here in our cut garden. You've got all the gladiolas. I've had quite a few off of there. Hibiscus, hydrangeas, lilies. There's a lot of stuff that I think will really take off once the heat is not so horrible. In fact, I'm dying right now out here. But here's our rose garden again. You know, a little sitting area. It's not looking so beautiful at this particular moment, but it'll all come through. My beautiful statue, the angel of children. So that's this area. Now this is one of my favorite parts of the garden. Now take this tree sheds every year. So it's kind of a mess right now because I got to come get all this bark out. But aren't this little bed the most precious? There's diamond frost euphorbia, the salvia, coleus. I do not remember what these little purple ones are, but they're so sweet. This is what I'm kind of trying to mimic into the other gardens, where I'm transplanting. Just love this. This is the last little area I wanted to show you. Sweet little, you know, it's just like a sweet little under the tree garden. I'm trying to, this kind of going into the shade. That's jasmine. I can't remember the name of these plants, but they will rebound. They don't look so hot right now, but it is, again, extremely hot. It's about 108 right now, and it's going to be, they said 114 to 15 today. But this is like under trees, little garden. This is the shade. So we moved all of the coleuses that were in different plants and stuff, and the hostas, and they're doing well. My hydrangeas, limelight hydrangeas, I'm working on them. It's quite hot, so I'm just praying that they work. But this is just going to be shade, part shade, beautiful little garden through here. We're going to continue the wood, the white picket fence through this whole back area. And so it'll be all around. And then in this this garden that we're going to create on the other side to mimic. So this is just, it's beautiful, but it is suffering. But this part's doing pretty well. But I'm just kind of adding little ornamental stuff, you know, as I find it, or as, you know, in my Buddha, you know. So anyhow, that's just our little update. Yes, my rose tree is looking hideous right now, but trust me, it will be better. All right, this is just my little summer update of how everything's looking right now. Hi everyone. Hey, I just wanted to do this quick video. I kind of talked about it in my laundry room makeover, that I would show you kind of one of our traditions that we do usually every, I would say it's every Thanksgiving and Easter for sure. Sometimes Christmas, but a lot of times we make like ornaments or gingerbread houses or something like that during the holiday season. But every Thanksgiving and every Easter, one of my absolute favorite traditions to do is these wall plaques, and it's a canvas wall plaque. They have them at Walmart, they have them at Michael's, Hobby Lobby. With mine, when I started the tradition, I started them with a certain size, and I get them at Hobby Lobby, and I try to always get them when they're on sale. It's not there's some sizes that you can get that are a lot less expensive and that they have like at Walmart. But of course, when I started mine, I started with it's like a 4-pack, and that's the size I have to go with now. So I get them at Hobby Lobby. I think it's about $15 for the 4, and then I always get it 40% off. So you know, for each individual one, that, I mean, yes, yes, it could be an expensive little thing. You know, but if it's something you're interested in doing, it's so, I can't tell you what joy it brings me. And I know that, like, when people come over, they always go back and look and always comment on what a great idea it is, or if they were involved in it, they go and they, you know, go back and look at their plaques that they made, especially the kids. My grandson will come over and be like, I made that one, I did this. And so it's just neat. It just reminds me every day, because I call it my love wall, is in my kitchen. So it's something I'm in all the time throughout the day and in the evening, and I walk past it every day multiple times, and it just brings me back to some really great, fun, loving times that we all, you know, sat around a table and, you know, discussed what we were gonna paint, or, you know, why we were doing this, or what it represented, or you know, and just laughing. And, you know, my mom is so funny. She doesn't think she's a very good artist, which she, you know, I mean, I'm not a very good artist either as far as being able to paint, you know, really nicely, but, you know, it doesn't matter. And she gets so intense in her coloring and her stuff. So it's whenever I look at hers, I always think of, you know, her just so intently, you know, watching every little move she makes to try to make it as, you know, perfect as possible. And the kids just, you know, knowing what they are trying to come up with and what they do come up with, but then as they execute it, how it ends up. And you know, putting the dates on them so we know, like fingerprints, handprints, all that kind of stuff. It's just really a fun tradition that you can do with your family, and you can do it once a year. I mean, you know, this wall that I've started, I don't know what quite I'm gonna do, because I'm starting, you know, I can see an end in sight as far as, you know, what I'm gonna, you know, how long this is gonna go on. But anyhow, it can be once a year, and y'all work together on doing one a year, or one, you know, however it works for you. It's just a fun tradition, and real easy. I keep the canvases in stock all the time. I showed that in my laundry room video. And then I just keep an array of different paints, and when they go on sale, I grab, because, you know, if they had dried out or whatever, and I just have them in little containers, and we just haul them out. And it's simple, and it's nothing, you know, complicated or anything like that. So I think, you know, I find that any kind of tradition like that, I love now that we've kind of started the last 3 years with the gingerbread houses. Like each family, individual family makes one, and, you know, try to, like, whose is the best and all that kind of stuff. And it's just fun sitting down together and doing something all together, making ornaments, making cookies. My stockings at Christmas, I did a video, and you can look that up on the Heart and Soul, kind of a holiday tour of the house at Christmas time, and you see that every person in the family has a stocking in our mantle. And so even if they're not here at Christmas time, or you know, or they've passed, or, you know, we've got our dogs, and even dogs that have passed. And that's one of my favorite things every year, is to get the Christmas trees up and to get the stockings and get the mantle done, because it's just, again, it's just a tradition, and I love it. And you know, I sit there in the evenings before Christmas, and I mean, it's just like our family, you know what I mean? And it's just, it just really is, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And then the ones that are going to be here on Christmas, I fill their stockings, you know, the kids and the adults and everything. That's part of their gifts from me. And I think it's just fun, you know. You know, I'm starting with gardening. My grandson and I and my kids, we seeded the garden, and I want to continue that as a tradition, and have that be every year. We do that as a family, you know. It's just, there's so many fun things. And I think traditions, you know, we have a tradition of what we eat at Easter, what we eat at Christmas, what we eat at Thanksgiving. Well, Thanksgiving is pretty much what everybody's tradition is, but, you know, my kids are like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have the yummy potatoes, I can't wait, I can't wait. It's just, those are the fun traditions, and celebrating as a family, celebrating birthdays. You know, I just had my birthday 2 days ago, and I just wasn't really in the mood to celebrate. But it was a wonderful day. We spent the day together, and you know, I had 2 requests. My daughter did our Oregon trip video, and my son and his wife figured out my carpet cleaning machine, and mostly my son, he ended up kind of like meditating with it. He really loved it. So I told him, anytime you want to relax and take your mind off stuff, just come over and do my carpets or do the rugs. But he did a great job. He did my bedroom rug. He did the most used rugs in the family room and in the dining room. I mean, it was great. We ordered. I really didn't feel like going out to dinner, so we ordered dinner and they brought it in. We ate. My daughter-in-law made a beautiful bouquet of cupcake, like a flower arrangement. It was gorgeous. It was a great day. You know, just because you don't celebrate in a big party or a big dinner or this or that, you know, it's still doing something together. We spent the day together, and so that was great. Traditions are amazing that way, and I just highly recommend, if you're starting out, or if you get an idea, or from somebody, from me, from anybody, just because you haven't done it for many years, you can start the tradition now, and you know, it's something fun. So that's just part of, you know, heart and soul is my home, is my family. And I love to inspire, I love to give ideas, and I love to share some of the things that I do with my family, that are fun, that are unique, and that you know, is just different and fun. You gotta have fun in life. So I'm gonna show you my love wall is what I call it. I'm gonna show you that. So I hope you enjoy. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Here's the love wall. Let me come over here. These are all of them, and they're just so fun. And you can tell some have been from children, some have been from adults, you know, just putting the different things that they enjoy, that they, you know, like to do, or what their hobbies are. Or my nephew was so into orcas, so that was one of the first ones he did, and he was only like 6. I mean, he did such a good job because he loved orca. And it's just fun. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be, oh my gosh, I'm not an artist. I'm not an artist either. But you just get everybody's little vision of what they're, you know, what they like. So this is basically the rest of what I have left. I can take these down. Those are from like a painting fun thing I did with my daughter, and then we did as a Mother's Day. We all did the lemon vase. But so I could take these down, and oh, sorry, I didn't mean to make you dizzy. I could do probably some small ones right here to fill this in, and then down by the dog thing. So I've got that amount of space left, but you know, my kids say, well, just take some down, but I just love them all, so I don't really know if I want to do that. But so anyhow, I invite you to make your own love wall, or, you know, just build a tradition and just have fun with it.